Just in the last couple of hours, Hermes has released a desktop version of their amazing new agent. And what is Hermes? You might have heard of Hermes before, and you might have heard of agents before. And how does that kind of differ between the AI that you're used to, the Claude, the ChatGPT, the argument between these different AIs? I mean, there's all these different AIs you might want to use, and sort of have their pros and cons, but why would somebody turn to agents? What's the difference? Kind of what's the level up potential here? And I'll tell you, the level up potential is fascinating because think about problems you run into right now. Every time you start a new conversation with your AI, you have to give it the full context. You have to drop in everything that you are and you do and you want and be very specific to try and get the best possible outcome. And these tools are coming along nicely in such a way that you can try and schedule more tasks and get more personalized outcomes. And these things are getting smarter a little bit, but on the whole, it's a bit of a slog. Now, Hermes is a little different. It is self-healing, self-maintaining. It learns all about you as you work. It builds a brain that continuously is developing itself to try and make sure it can be as helpful as possible. And you can plug in pretty much anything you want. So the wide world of open source tools are at your disposal, and any model that you like can be pulled into this tool. So here I've got a little, setup running right now. You can see down the bottom I'm running NVIDIA Nemotron Super blah 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 free, and that free on the end is a fascinating part. It's running through OpenRouter right now, which is a platform that you can connect up, and you can really connect up any different platform you want. If we go into the model here, you can see, okay, we're running this open router and we can connect up really anything we like. Got really any model we like. So you can pull in Anthropic, you can pull in, your OpenAI tools and all that kind of stuff. But when you're running through non-subscription connections, API connections can be a little more expensive, and you can still connect it to OpenAI. So you can connect up Codex, which is very effective. And that is one of the few that allows you to actually use your subscription, but others won't. So it's starting to become a situation in AI world where things are going to be costing more. And if you've recently made the switch over to Claude and loving the quality of output that ChatGPT doesn't always give you, you'll have seen that, Claude has these usage limits. It's going to be tougher and tougher to not run into these things. So how can we tackle that? Well, there are free models. NVIDIA right now is running this free model where you can use it for free. If you use it through OpenRouter, you give them $10 in credits, and then you have it 1,000 calls per day for free. And that's not the only one, There are all kinds of free things in here. There's a 10-cent one. There's an Inclusion AI one. I know there are some DeepSeek and some other ones in there as well. I've heard some good things about a number of different models, and they're always changing over. Now, you could go into this tool, this Hermes tool, and say, hey, just anytime you run out of free usage, just switch over to the next free AI model. And that means you now don't necessarily have to pay for AI anymore. And the fantastic thing about Hermes is it actually learns as it goes. So you can see some of the conversations I've been having in here. To be honest, until this desktop app opened up just hours ago, I had spent the last 2 days trying to get it equipped to run through Slack. And God, it was painful. I was having these problems and trying to make it work, having it, go back and forth, trying to set up things so it wouldn't, end up in loops and cron job spanning and all kinds of weird stuff, all kinds of technical setup. But this stuff is moving so fast. You can see in here, I'm setting up things called GBrain, set up things called Paperclip. There are all kinds of things that you can set up in these platforms to make sure that, okay, not only is it a fantastically intelligent, responsive AI tool, it learns all about everything that you're doing, puts it in your GBrain. GBrain is made by Garry Tan, founder of Y Combinator, so I really know their stuff. Paperclip I mentioned as well, a fantastic tool. Basically, future of project management, where you're basically going to be able to have all of these different things that can effectively say, hey, this is what's going on in your AI world right now. It's a project management tool where you can see, all right, here's the different agents that are running. Here's an inbox for us. We can see the different things that are running at a given time. You can see, this one's blocked. You need some human involvement on this one, and this one's just progressing. And this is the future of work, quite frankly. You can see the different organizations and skills. You can build your own org chart within your agents so that they are reporting to each other and bouncing off each other. We're coming into a time now where if you are operationally minded and you know what you're doing, you can program how it should be done and just let it roll and course correct as you go. That's Hermes. That's the future. And that is definitely something that we're going to be chasing up.